Good morning, everyone, and welcome inside the Dome, where today we have another AAC volleyball showdown between the Bluefield College Rams and the Point University Skyhawks. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Rams Digital Sports Network. My name is Bailey Engel, and we are glad to have you with us here on a Saturday morning. And really, for Bluefield, trying to snap this unfortunate start to the season, 0-13, 0-4 in the AAC. Hopefully, the key for the Rams today will be if they can play well in the first set. The last two home matches we saw last night against Reinhardt and the time before that against Union, the Rams were competitive in the third and most of the second sets, but in that first set against both Union and Reinhardt, they really did struggle, and that's a big part of the reason why they are 0-13. And folks, the Rams have not won a set since August 30th, and now trying to snap that skid today against a Point University team coming off a win against Columbia International. The Skyhawks, 5-7. They had a three-game losing streak before that win against Columbia International. Now 1-1 in the AAC after picking up a win against Columbia International, the Rams as well. So now for Bluefield College, Buddy Gallimore in his fifth season as the head coach of the Rams, facing off against first-year head coach Joe Herrera for the Point University Skyhawks. And well, folks, this is game 3 of this 5-game homestand for Bluefield College. They'll get a 5-day break before playing again against Tennessee Wesleyan on the 19th. Then 2 days after that against Emory and Henry. That'll be on Saturday. So for Bluefield College, what can they do today to snap this losing streak? Lots of injuries for the Rams still harping them from trying to get them into this winning mode. You have Kaylee Barker, most notably an outside hitter that really produced last season, still in street clothes for Bluefield College. We're still looking to get an ETA on her return for the Rams this season. It would certainly help out the outside hitter in Kaylee Kay, as well as Gabby Rigsby, and then the middle blocker, Katie Kendrick, who has played very well. Bluefield College wearing the light blue jerseys today. Long sleeves, the libero Paige Fisher in the pink, with the Rams having the red numbers and the red logo on the front. Point Skyhawks in the navy blue with the yellow numbers and the yellow trim. Rams on the right, Point Skyhawks on the left, and we are almost ready for volleyball here in the two Virginias. Got a big day for Bluefield College sports, that's for sure. Bluefield College soccer on the road today at Tennessee Wesleyan, and then football. Actually, we're going to have coverage of that coming up at 6:50 tonight for a 7 o'clock kickoff as the Rams take on Pikeville in a Mid-South showdown in Kentucky. Yours truly, after this game, will be on the road to Pikeville, Kentucky to cover that one for you. That'll be an audio-only broadcast on the Rams Digital Sports Network. So the Rams show out with Sutherland, Raheda, as well as Fingerland, who did not play last night, Kaylee Kay, Katie Kendrick, and Cassidy Holloway. The libero Paige Fisher ready to come in. On the other end, Rachel Ellis, joined by number 9, Tia Owens. Number 16, Mary Rimmer. Number 1 also out there, Alex Battles. And closing out the lineup, Sarah Botcham. The libero ready to come in as well. Owens was ready to go out. Tessa Burns, the libero in the Carolina blue, ready to walk on for Point and Joe Herrera's team. Well, for some reason, we are just making sure everything is correct, so why get this game started on time? That would make too much sense. It's 11:36, folks, still trying to come in. Paige Fisher runs in for Katie Kendrick. Julia Felix on the outside as well for Point. Rams looking to get their first win of the season. Point trying to make it 2 wins in a row and get a winning record in the AAC. Rams will serve first. Cassidy Holloway, the setter in her first year at Bluefield College, the transfer from Hiwassee College. Holloway serves. We are underway. Double hit, and the Rams take the first point of the day. I got to watch out for that. Cassidy Holloway has been called on that a few times this week. A good amount of times, more than I've seen any other setter in Bluefield College. Ellis, another double. They've called a double twice already. Both of them going on Julia Felix. Gotta imagine if that is not rectified, this will happen a lot today. See what Felix can do. No, she's just gonna go with a bump. Set. Sutherland. Point Bluefield. Got a piece of point there, 3-0 Rams. Well, folks, wish you were here so you could feel how hot it was. There is no air circulation in the dome whatsoever as Holloway floats another serve. Felix, this time it's clean. Point, point. Really gonna have to start saying point Skyhawks. Point, point is a little redundant. So now the first serve of the day for a point will go to Felix. Holloway for Grajeda. Rachel Ellis off of Paige Fisher, point Skyhawks. Well, Fisher's back into the game for Bluefield, second straight day where she's been allowed to play. She had missed a couple of games due to a concussion. Well, Felix dribbles it off of her own foot. Ace. Right off the top rope and landing in. Felix trying to take the lead for the Skyhawks. Communication has to be there for Bluefield College. Holloway out of Sutherland. Now we're seeing miscues for point. Rams take the lead right back. Gabby Rigsby is in, Fingerlin is out, and Kaylee Kay serves for the Rams. Felix. Just a push over. Way too far. Charlotte Havrisick. So after the service, excuse me, the attack error, 5-3 the score. Havrisick, make that 2 errors in a row. Rams with a 3-point lead. Bluefield looking for their first win this season. Could be their first set win if they hold on here since August 30th. Grajeda goes against the block. Overpass. Punched in the air by Sutherland. Havrisick. Kaylee Kay, too low. Substitutes coming in for Point, who has a very deep roster. Just look at this sheet. They have a lot more players to work with than the Rams do. Faith Pearson ready to come in, as well as Emma Bowles, the defensive specialist from Chickamauga, Georgia. Point coming from Point, Georgia. Right near Alabama is Rigsby. Goes against the block, but it doesn't matriculate for Point. Rams take a 7-4 lead. So here comes Paige Fisher for the Rams. Senior from Christiansburg, Virginia. Havrisick floated over. Holloway. Perfect for Sutherland. Well, this is the key here, folks. Rams have started out well, something we haven't seen them do when they played at home in these last 2 matchups. Botcham. Solid play by Holloway to keep the ball alive. Holloway to Katie Kendrick. Point Bluefield. 9-4 the score. Rams are leading by 5. Felix to Botcham. Sutherland, point Rams. Joe Herrera wants to take a timeout, and he will get it. Rams with a 6-point lead. Bluefield looking good. Point had to call a timeout. Rams are out to a 10-4 lead in set number 1. Throws cross court and lands out of bounds. Solid idea by Faith Pearson, but the Rams are up by 7. The communication has been there for the Rams. They've capitalized on the mistakes of this team from point. Blocked! Katie Kendrick and Gabby Rigsby. Bluefield College on a roll so far to start out in set number 1 at home. Overpass, Katie Kendrick makes them pay. Teed up perfectly. Rams are out to a 9-point lead. Well, that time Pearson targeted the back corner. When finally catches a break of their own. New player checking in for the Skyhawks. It'll be Mary Rimmer. Holloway to Katie Kendrick, perfectly executed. Whitley Phipps ready to come in for Sutherland. She will serve 14-5. Where has this Bluefield College team been? Good serve. Good block by Kendrick. See if she can do it again. Oh, point tallies another. Rams have led by as much as 9. Holloway for Kendrick. Too hard. Alex Battles trying to fight back for point. Phipps. Rigsby. Battles lobs the ball over. Holloway. Double hit. That's the first one called on Holloway. Unfortunately, that has been a habit for the Bluefield College setter. Point Bluefield. Now that's an important kill for Gabby Rigsby because you could almost sense the wheels start to fall off for Bluefield College when they start losing a few points in a row, but now fighting right back, gets the kill that they need. Good serve. Phipps, overpass, Holloway picked it up anyway. Kaylee Kay rolls it in. Holloway. And the second consecutive double called on Holloway. So point has crept back within 6. Tia Owens checks in, as well as Rachel Ellis. Holloway for Kendrick. Well, the communication lapsed at the beginning. Skyhawks making this a ball game again. Fingerlin and Phipps bumping around in the back. Dunked over. Perfect there from the setter and Julia Felix. Buddy Gallimore, excuse me, might want to call a timeout. Kendrick attacks the block. Kaylee Kay. Tipped back over by Kendrick. Holloway. Ellis. Felix. In the air from Kay, but it couldn't be kept up. It's only now a 3-point lead. Point is storming back with a vengeance. Timeout called by Buddy Gallimore. 15-12 the score. Rams have led by as much as 9, but Point has made it a 3-point game. Welcome back, everybody. Rams had to call a much-needed timeout, only down by 3 at the moment, or excuse me, up by 3 after being up by 9. Multiple points in this match. Point has stormed back. Here's Tia Owens. Kaylee Kay housed at the net again. Try it this time with Katie Kendrick. Point Rams. That's a big one. Adriana Grajeda is in. Right to Whitley Phipps. Rams were not ready for that one, courtesy Mary Rimmer. Amelia Davis in for the first time for the Point Skyhawks. Oh, floated serve, got the Rams out of system. Grajeda. Good idea to slap the ball over there. Ellis. Too far, Point Rams. And all the way back for Cassidy Holloway. Ellis. Fisher was right there. Whistle blows, point for the Skyhawks. Holloway, now Sutherland. Holloway for Sutherland again. Burns is there one more time. Ellis, too hard. The whistle blew before that. And a point goes to the Skyhawks. Once again, unfortunately for Bluefield, that gigantic lead just dwindling down, and unfortunately you could just see the Rams think, oh no, not again, which is not a mindset they can afford to have. Blocked. That was a big time block as Holloway blocked again. Sutherland's there. Kaylee Kay dunked the ball over. Fingerland from the back. Raheda with a good float. Punched over. Point awarded to Havrasik for point. It's a 1-point game. Rams led 14-5. And now it is 17-16. Here's Holloway. Raheda's blocked, and it's a tie game. Sarah Botcham right there again for the Skyhawks. Popped up again. Felix, what a play. Perfectly placed in. The Skyhawks have taken the lead. Timeout called by Buddy Gallimore. Rams had started off so well, and here come the Skyhawks up to a 1-point lead in set one. Welcome back, everyone. Point down by 9. Multiple times in this first set, they have taken the lead back. It is 18-17 Skyhawks. Rams have not won a set since August 30th. Trying to do that today. Sutherland ties it up for the Rams. So Kaylee Kay, can she get the lead back for Bluefield? Smacked over. Raheda tipped the ball in the air, and that really is a microcosm of Bluefield College's season so far. Emma Bowles ready to go for point. Sutherland. It's too hard. And actually, it went off of point. So the Rams, instead of being down by 2, they tie it up, 19-19. Botcham, too hard again. Just like that, the Rams have the lead back. It's going to come down to the final swings of this first set. Whistle blows, substitution. Faith Pearson. Tia Owens. Back in the air. Burns for Havrasik. She's blocked, point Rams. Rolled over, perfectly placed. That was Tia Owens with a roll shot. Important serves coming up for the Skyhawks. The libero's ready to do it, and Tessa Burns. See what the senior from Columbus, Georgia can do. Sutherland attacks the net. Point kept the ball alive. Katie Kendrick. And point hit the net. 2-point lead for the Rams, 3 points away from winning their first set since August 30th. Timeout called by Point. This is going to shape up to be a long one, folks, and a good one. 22-20, Rams lead. Back in, ready to go. Rams with a 2-point lead after the point timeout. Blocked! Big time block from Katie Kendrick, and the Rams are only 2 points away from silencing the Skyhawks in set one. Important serves coming up. Rams led by 9 for most, or at least 2 times in this first set. Holloway for Kaylee Kay. Another chance for Pearson. Point is not done yet. Battles is in. Havrasik goes off. Holloway for Katie Kendrick. Point Rams, set point coming up. Oh, Kendrick has been clutch on these last couple of swings. Pearson. Well, that set point will have to wait. Rams trying to end this first set. Not yet. Back to a 1-point game, 24-23. Still set point for Bluefield. Tia Owens could wipe that set point opportunity off with an ace here. Won't get it. Katie Kendrick. Ellis. It's out, and the Rams have won their first set since August 30th. Now the officials are talking this one over. Point wants to say that the ball went off the fingertips of Bluefield. And the Rams will keep the point. 25-23, they win set number 1 and take a 1-0 lead over the Point Skyhawks here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Ready to go. Set number 2. Rams won the first one, 25-23. First set they have won since August 30th and trying to get their first win of the season. Going back for Haversick and gets the first point of the second set. Skyhawks right now 5-7, 1-1 in the AAC, coming off of a win against Columbia International, while the Rams are 0-13, 0-4 in the AAC. Holloway, Grajeda with a finesse. Sutherland smacks it down to tie it up. So now it'll go to Kaylee Kay, the senior from Thatcher, Arizona. Transfer from Eastern Arizona Community College. Pearson. Well, we saw at a point in that first set where they stormed back. The Rams were up by 9. Point had taken the lead at one point, and then the Rams called a crucial timeout right there at the end and held on to win. A couple of big swings from Katie Kendrick that lifted Bluefield over. Holloway. First swing we've seen today from Kirsten Curtis. (3-1) Skyhawks. Folks, the Rams have only taken one game this year to 5 sets. That was against Michigan Dearborn, and now an ace. So this is a test for Bluefield to see if they can have that mental resiliency to get through a match where Point just keeps answering. Raheda goes backwards. Habrasic appears to be too far. Point Bluefield. Well, the officials will go off the sportsmanship and say that the Rams actually got a piece of it. That's the second time that's happened, and you got to commend them at least a little bit. But it appeared yesterday that Katie Kendrick admitted that the ball went over her fingertips. She's not saying that today. Well, we got another big break here. Gonna bring out the replay booth. It appeared from this vantage point that the ball landed out. The idea is that the ball actually went off of the fingertips of a Ram. And it's a point for the Skyhawks, so it's 5-1. There's no doubt that that ball was about a foot out. And a yellow card goes to Buddy Gallimore. And I think now this is my 3rd year of doing Bluefield College and just general small school sports. You can hear everything that happens in this dome because it's never incredibly loud. So anytime a coach is irate, you're going to hear everything with absolute clarity. And that's a perfect ace. Rams might want to call a timeout. 6-1 the score. Skyhawks are fired up. Timeout called by Bluefield. Point has stormed out to a 6-1 lead here in the second set. The Rams took the first one 25-23. And they let them go for the full minute. Buddy Gallimore just got a yellow card. Tia Owens ready to serve for Point. Her team down 1-0, but they have gone out to one heck of a start in set number 2. Remsen certainly take that. Service error puts Bluefield back on the board. So now Paige Fisher for Bluefield College. Ellis. 7-2 point. And that didn't appear to be the best way to receive that serve. Holloway. Double hit. Boy, this has been a bad start to the second set for Bluefield College. Tessa Burns, the libero. Holloway. Kendrick attacks the back. Whitley Phipps in for Sutherland. She will serve. Mike Holloway coming from Hiwassee College, and kind of an unorthodox transfer story. The school just closed. Knocked down. Point Skyhawks. They have all the energy. Mary Rimmer. Dangerous serve. Holloway pushes. Rimmer, 2 in a row. So Point coming back with a vengeance here after losing set 1, 25-23. Well, Bluefield really set the tone in that first set. They were up 3-0 after a couple of point doubles. Rigsby. Finesse move by Felix. Tees it up for Rimmer. Swats the ball back off the net. Sliding effort, Katie Kendrick. Now here comes Claire Fingerlin. 8 kills for Katie Kendrick. And she really has led the Bluefield effort in some of these losses. Ellis. Lob back up top. Kaylee Kay has to get back into it if the Rams want to try to tie this up or take the lead in set 2. Kaylee Kay pushes down the corner, perfectly placed. Rams back within 5. Claire Fingerlin, the freshman from South Carolina, ready to go. Holloway, what a crafty move. Back and forth we go. Rams were down 10-3. They have tallied 3 unanswered. Almost got the Skyhawks out of system. Ellis, too hard. It's a 3-point game. Ellis again. From the back targets Paige Fisher and finally puts Point back on the board again. Rams had scored 4 unanswered. Emma Bowles as well as Pearson both in. Katie Kendrick. Not ready for this Rams rally to be over. It's 11-8. Folks, another reminder, audio-only football broadcast coming up tonight starting at 6:50 p.m. as the Rams take on Pikeville in Kentucky. First Appalachian Division matchup for Bluefield College, playing in the Mid-South in football. Here's truly on the call, going to be traveling there right after this. Pearson. Another kill for Point. So the serve back to the Skyhawks and Amelia Davis. Kaylee Kay. Boy, you can really see the potential if she consistently brings those balls in play, and well, she just knocked that one out of the park again. Sliding effort for Grajeda and a double. Boy, those have been really plaguing Bluefield. That's tipped over. Good block, and it ends up with a point for the Rams. Here's Holloway. Rams down by 5. They cut the lead down to 3 after being down by as much as 7. Can't do that. Well, Point is fired up. We did not see that out of them in the first set up until about midway through it, where they had to play catch up, took the lead, and then the Rams silenced them right at the end. Sutherland blocked, but it lands out of bounds for a Bluefield point. So now 7 for her. Havrisick, boy, she perfectly put that one there. Right back to a 6-point lead. That's floating over. They call a double on the Rams again. A point is only 8 away from tying this one up at 1 set apiece. The Rams took the lead 25-23 in set 1. Sutherland too hard. Once again, you might want to call a timeout if you're Buddy Gallimore. The Rams have showed that they can fight back. Largest lead of the match, 4 point. And there it goes. Teed up. Good job by Holloway to dig that one out. That was nearly into the floor. Another overpass. Point only 6 away. Great serve. Rams able to answer. Felix. Kay dives in the back. Rigsby now. Oh, another double hit on Holloway. She has been called on that about 30 times this week. (22-11). Ace. I think the Rams really need a timeout, and they will take it. Maybe a little too late. 21-11, point leads. Welcome back, everyone. Rams took a timeout down by 10. They already lead 1-0, but not for long. And Point's able to get 4 points very quickly right here. Rams down by 10, the largest deficit of the day. Burns with a serve. Katie Kendrick goes across her body. On a collision. Paige Fisher and Gabby Rigsby just need to get the communication correct. That happens way too many times for the Rams if they want to win. Ace. Joe Herrera's team and Point is fired up. They're only 2 away from tying it up again. Well, it hasn't been tied up since 0-0. Point ready to equalize. Sutherland blocked. The kick save. Great job by Tia Owens. Rigsby. Not done yet. Phipps is in. Great dig by Fisher. Ellis tries again. Fisher's there again. The block is also there. And set point is upon us for Point. Alex Battles ready to serve. This has been a brand new looking Skyhawks team. And the second set. Already a tight serve. Whistle blows. And the point and the set go to the Skyhawks. They win this one in a gigantic shift from set number 1, 25-12. All tied up at 1-1 when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Here comes Holloway for the Rams. All tied up now at 1 set apiece. Bluefield College getting blown out of the water in the second set, 25-12. While Point has looked like a new team since set 1, where the Rams won 25-23. Kaylee Kay pushed over the block. Kay. Grajeda looped over her back. Pearson. Holloway sets. Sutherland spikes. Point Rams. It was a good rally. The Rams are going to need more of that. Pearson wastes no time. Holloway down for Grajeda. They went over the block, and the libero came up with a kill. Hornady taking the lead, and they made such a statement in set 1. The Rams were down by 7. It was 10-3 in the blink of an eye. Rams cut it down to 3 after that, but after a point timeout, Bluefield fought back, and let's see if they can just make this more of a seesaw effort of swinging the haymakers against each other. Well, looking for the decision here. And it will go to Point. Emma Bowles for the Skyhawks. Rigsby. That was dug up. Kay still had to play it. Sutherland. Abrasic blocked, but it lands out of bounds. Skyhawks off to another solid start. Well, that was a bit unorthodox for Holloway. Had to set it up with one hand. Knocked down by the middle blocker. That's Kirsten Curtis. Another one for the Skyhawks. They have just set the tone. And that was the difference in set 1. The Rams set the tone. They led by as much as 9, multiple points in that match. Or in that first set, excuse me. As for now, the Skyhawks have had an answer for everything Bluefield has done. Holloway pops up for Rigsby. And just off the wrist of Kaylee Kay. Whistle blows, and now a new player coming in for Bluefield College. Leslie Flores, we have not seen her in a while. Comes in for Kaylee Kay, needs a break. Rigsby attacks and comes up big. Paige Fisher trying to cut this lead down for Bluefield, down by 4. Block is there from Katie Kendrick. That could spark something for the Rams. Can they keep it up? All tied up 1-1. First time the Rams have won a set since August 30th. Felix wasn't ready, and it's an ace for Paige Fisher. And with an ace comes a service error. Thanks for tuning in on the Rams Digital Sports Network, everybody. Point fans, Bluefield fans, or just random people from Asia watching on YouTube, which is something that happens quite a bit. Thanks for tuning in. Bailey Engel here on the call. Into the top deck. 9-5 point. Tessa Burns ready to go. Katie Kendrick's blocked. Hits the net. Rams get the serve back. Bluefield has to capitalize on these very rare errors from point. Rams having a game Thursday, another conference game against Tennessee Wesleyan. Boy, it would feel a lot better if they had an AAC win going into that. Down the line, is it in? Yes. Here's Alex Battles. The service error. Just now joining us, it's all tied up 1-1. 25-12, the Skyhawks stormed back after losing the first set 25-23. Now here we are in set number 3. Fingerlin with the serve, targets the libero. And it's out from Rachel Ellis. All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. Knocked in the air. Flores jumps and scores for Bluefield. First kill of the day for the freshman. Now it's a 1-point game. Into the back. Point falls for Rimmer. Kaylee Kay back in. Flores got the kill, goes to the bench. Katie Kendrick. Too far, is it in? Yes. I'm back to a 3-point lead for the Skyhawks. Rams have cut it down to a 1-point game. It was 10-9. Now it's a 4-point game. Holloway, great move, point Rams. I found the potential there. There was nobody in the middle. Pearson with a punch over. Another double called on Holloway. So point with a 4-point lead. Amelia Davis in to serve. And that was not what the Skyhawks wanted. Solid serve from the Rams. Felix to the rescue. Burns cleans it up. Holloway for Grajeda. Slap the ball over in no man's land. It's a 2-point game. Holloway with a left-handed serve. Rainbowing the ball over. And it's in. Kirsten Curtis. Here's Julia Felix, the setter, goes cross court. Sutherland towards the back. Sutherland has had a sleepy good game. So has Pearson. Holloway. Haley Kay knuckles the ball up. Point for the Skyhawks. Rams might need a timeout. Down by 5. Timeout called by Buddy Gallimore. Point on their way in set 2 when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back. Rams down 17-12. All tied up at 1 set apiece. Grajeda. Point Rams. That's what they wanted out of the timeout. Bigelow off. Rigsby back in. Good serve from Kaylee Kay. Curtis wasn't timed right. Havrasek. Point for the Skyhawks. Skyhawks just 7 away from taking a 2-set-to-1 lead after the Rams won set 1, 25-23. The Skyhawks won the second set, 25-12. Emma Bowles ready to go. Ace. Here's Bowles. Almost 2 aces in a row. Rams had to let the ball pinball off of each other. Grajeda into the air. Sutherland tacks, and now the point goes to the Skyhawks again. Sutherland wanted to say that ball hit off the fingertips of a Skyhawk. Holloway straight up. Well, I don't have much to say about that, unfortunately. Nobody was there. Well, the scoreboard says 20-13. I believe it should be 21. I don't really know what just happened, I will admit. I think they might just replay it. I don't know. Scoreboard says 20-14 now, so the Rams actually got the point. Somehow they did. Maybe point was out of system. Katie Kendrick was in system that time, though. And now it says 20-14. Oh, oof. One day we'll figure it out around here, ladies and gentlemen. Paige Fisher ready to serve. It's a 6-point game. Now a 5-point game. Rams within 5, 20-15. Does Bluefield have a rally in them? Kendrick is there. Point Rams. Felix landed right into the net. It's a 4-point game. (20-16) the score. Felix trying to get the confirmation of the call for her head coach Joe Herrera in his first year. So she does. 20-16. Rams are within 4. Curtis off of the block. From the back, it's Kay. Point Rams. It's a 3-point game, and Buddy Gallimore's excited. Momentum goes the way of the Rams. Joe Herrera wants to call a timeout, and he will get it. It's a game as Sutherland now has 9 kills. Bluefield is back in it in set 2. Timeout called by Point. Rams within 3, 20-17. Havrasik had about enough of that, 21-17. Now the Skyhawks fired up again. Burns ready to go for Point. Cross court. Kendrick. Well, they should try to do that more. Not a volleyball expert, but that seems to work. Now a point for the Skyhawks at 22-18. So the score is all messed up. We don't know if it's 22-19, 22-18. I mean, we'll figure it out. Kendrick slides off. Rigsby. Now it's 23-18. two away for point. And taking the lead at 2-1. Rigsby. Oh, that one close. Set point. Holloway turns around. It was going out. They go back in. Phillies called the ball at the last second. Rigsby. Point Rams, not done yet. Fingerland checks in as well as another outside hitter for the Rams in Leslie Flores. And set three goes to the Skyhawks. They take a 2-1 lead and ready to go here in set number 4 when we come back. Ready to go for set 4. Point taking a 2-1 lead and already here with a lead in set number 4. And on that last one, 25-19, already up 1-0 now. They've won the last 2 sets. Won the second set 25-12. Another overpass and a violation on the net. Holloway crashing into it. It's 2-0. Audie Gallimore already has a yellow card. Oh, here we go. Gallimore still talking this one over. I think a lot of times when that happens, unfortunately, there's just nothing you can do about it. They won't change their mind. Flores pushes in the corner. What a crosser body. What a great look. By the way, that call back in that third set that we didn't really know what happened, according to one of our alumni, Camry McCroskey, watching. So Point got that one, or excuse me, Bluefield got the point from an over-the-net call on the Skyhawks. Oh, and backwards for Pearson. Another one for Point. Skyhawks bringing in a couple more fresh legs. Emma Bowles, as well as Ellis. Sutherland, too far. Was that in? Sutherland went across, and yes, landed in. Now she's in double digits. 10 kills for Sutherland. Makes it now 4-2. Is it in? No, it isn't. Rams within 1. Bluefield trying to force this one to a 5th set. They have only played 1 match that has gone to 5 sets this year. That was against Michigan Dearborn on the first day of the season. Ellis blocked. Right back for the Skyhawks. 5-3 they lead. Well, join us later today when the Rams football team goes on the road against Pikeville. They were just here a few hours ago down on the bus, and yours truly will be there on the road in Kentucky as the Rams take on the Bears at 7 o'clock tonight. Prime time action. That one is dunked down. Burns ready to serve. Rigsby. Oh, Felix, the pancake from Holloway. That was nearly a kill from the setter, but the setter for Bluefield had it. Into the air, Holloway had to jump around Kaylee Kay and end up working out for the Rams, 7-3. This has been a different Skyhawks team since that first set. Trying to get their 2nd win in a row. Well, Bluefield's still looking for their 1st win of the season. Felix forced to lob the ball over, Phipps to the floor. Aversick, block, point Rams. Gabby Rigsby right in the way. Rams just 2 away from tying it up. Now 3. Well, the trouble here, Rams just cannot let the Skyhawks get on these rolls as Audrey Blaschke is out from Richmond Hill, Georgia, the freshman. Comes in and a service error. Of her Fingerlin. Can she spark a rally for Bluefield College? Kendrick with a setup for Flores. Down for Rimmer. Point for the Skyhawks. More substitutions for the Skyhawks. Ready to serve will be Tia Owens, another Georgia native. Miscommunication still building for Bluefield College. Can't let Furman get on a roll like this, and then you're forced to just dig your way out. Is it in? Off the fingertips, a point. Another kill for Flores. So it's back within 3. Pearson, cross court. Perfectly done. You seen all these cycling out for point. I think that gives them another advantage as Curtis as well as Amelia Davis both coming in. The Rams don't have that luxury of being able to cycle in so many players. Blocked again. And it's out of bounds. Ready to go, Holloway. Blocked at the net. Flores blocked as well. Holloway, I'm going to give a tip of the cap to her effort today. Pearson blocked by Sutherland. Pearson this time went over the block. Holloway saved it, only for just a moment. Point back out to a 4-point lead. 12-8 the score. Here comes Pearson. Sutherland with 10 kills today. Good block. Well, Flores has been a weapon off of the bench for Bluefield. Rigsby back in, as well as Kaylee Kay. Flores goes to the bench. Freshman from South Charleston, Ohio. Ripped down by Curtis. And more substitutes. Joe Herrera has so many players to work with. His Whitney Ward, we haven't called her name yet today. Rigsby finally gets another one for the Rams to cut it down to 3. (13-10) the score. Rams need to win this set and find a way to win the second one as well. Excuse me, would be the 5th set, but they need to win 2 sets in a row. Point has Bluefield down to their last set again, 13-11. Rams aren't going down easy. Solid serve from Fisher, and it ends up being an ace. It's a 1-point game. Nearly got over. Would have been such a cheeky move, but instead 14-12. Oh, Rigsby went off of the block. Got it down to 1 point again. Whitley Phipps. Ellis targets Kay. Is it in? Yes, from Rigsby. The freshman has tied it up. And the Rams tilt this match over into their favor right here. Point is still loud. Ace. Bluefield takes the lead. Ellis down the rope, and that landed home. All tied up, 15-15. Their point gets to 25, they win. Bluefield, they win this set. They force a set 5. Hendrick palmed the ball down with their left hand. Rigsby blocked. Too hard. So just like that, Point has the lead back, but Bluefield is within 1. Katie Kendrick, no fingertips. If your buddy Gallimore point scores again, you might want to call a timeout before it gets to be a situation where it's too far of a deficit to come back from. Well, luckily for the Rams, they get gifted a point there. Claire Fingerlin in for Rigsby to serve. Smacked down by Rimmer. I don't think the Rams at all times really know where they're supposed to be, and that has plagued them throughout the season. 18-16 the score. Point looking to silence Bluefield here. Katie Kendrick targeted the block and kept Bluefield within one. Bluefield has just not curried or really made a run in their own favor. And it's because of mistakes like that. Davis now in for point again, as well as Curtis in the middle. Ace. Boy, that was perfect. Timeout called by Buddy Gallimore. It's 20-17. Rams need a rally when we come back. Davis serves. It's 20-17. Rams down by 3. Grajeda attacks the block. 0.5 points away from ending this one. And now only 4. Davis to serve again. Flores. Is it in? No. Rams need a rally, and they need it now. (21-18). Pearson blocked. Another try for Pearson, blocked again. Third time's a charm. Yes, it was for point. Rams hit the net. Rams down by 4. Point only needs 3 to win this match. Sutherland, who's in double figures today. Pearson. Felix ready to go, bringing in new legs. Molly going. Timeout called by Bluefield. 23-18 the score. Ready to go, 23-18. Point only 2 away from sending Bluefield home with their 14th loss of the year. Holloway backwards for Flores. It's not on the right page. Pearson, she's blocked. Good job by Flores. Sutherland. Lobbed it up for Pearson. Curtis, it's out. Here's Kaylee Kay. Can she start a rally for the Rams? Pearson. Match point coming up for point. Rams won the first set 25-23. Since then, it has been all Skyhawks, almost overwhelmingly so. Sutherland. A chance to end it. Blocked. Not yet. Rams within 4. Ellis. Overpass. Felix for Ellis. Going back up. Gabby Rigsby. Good dig in the back. Ellis too far. Ellis going. Dunked down by Katie Kendrick. Rams aren't done. 24-22. Aversick is back in for going. Sophomore goes out. And the senior back in, right side hitter. Backwards for Haversick. Into the air, Rams still have a chance. Gabby Rigsby. Ellis, and point wins. Rams fall to 0-14 on the year, 0-5 in the AAC. Point now winners of 2 in a row, 2-1 in the AAC, and 6-7. Another reminder, folks, that I will be on the road with Bluefield College football later on today as the Rams take on Pikeville. But as for now, from the Dome, Bluefield loses this one 3-1. And until next time, until Thursday when the Rams play again against Tennessee Wesleyan, take it easy, Rams fans.